Good morning, my lovelies. I won't get too close to the camera because the light in the kitchen really shows up the old wrinkles. And apparently a while ago, I never saw the comments and I did scroll back to look for it, but one person commented that they'd seen somebody say that I looked older than 62, so yay for that. I need to find my birth certificate just in case anybody else thinks the same and I can actually show you. But anyway, welcome back to the channel. Happy hump day. You will be watching this video on Wednesday, so I hope you're having a great day and a great week so far. And today we have got a small Sainsbury's shop. Again, I'm moaning about the money. I'm moaning about the fact that there are no dinners in that shopping. Not that I need dinners, but I keep repeatedly saying it's not about the dinners, it's everything else you have to buy. Because as you guys know, most of my dinners have yellow stickers on them. So yeah, my meat and things that I buy always am quite lucky to get most things reduced. Sometimes a full price pack of mints will have to worm its way in, but yeah, always kind of like shocked every week now. And I think I heard on the TV the other day that I believe it's 24% it's up, food shopping. Sure, that's what they said. Correct me if you've heard differently. But anyway, so we've got a small Sainsbury's shop. We have gone to Boots and bought a few bits, and we've gone to Savoury's and bought a few bits. And also I'm going to upload some, I don't know if whether it will be pictures or videos of dinners since I did the freezer inventory and the reverse meal plan. So some of the dinners that I've eaten that were in that meal plan. Some things I still haven't eaten because where it's been so warm, I haven't been able to face cooking a roast dinner. So I still have the chicken. I still have other bits that I've not used that I can think of off of the top of my head. That's not to say that I won't have eaten these things. You know, we've got 3 days until this video goes live, but I still haven't used any sausages, and I've still got the chicken and mushroom pasty type things that I made quite a while ago. So yeah, not everything has been used, and also because it's been super hot and I bought some salady stuff, I've been incorporating salads, and sometimes that has just been like a ham salad. So yeah, meal plans are there. They give you a great focus on what you need to purchase, but if you've got other things in the house that you can, you know, eat, you might not fancy something that's on your meal plan that day. That's fine. Be flexible. Sometimes you have to be, you know, like I said, nobody really wants to be cooking a roast. As much as I love a roast dinner, I don't want to be cooking a roast in this heat. So there you have it. That's what today's video is all about. And if you're new here, my name is Sharon. I am 62 years old, and 2.5 years ago, I had a change in circumstance, purely my decision to leave the home that I was living in, and I moved into this rented place on my own. So my circumstances changed financially quite drastically. So we're trying to live as well as we can on less. I don't do anywhere near as much as I used to do. I do like to socialise occasionally if I can, and I still like to have the odd treat and indulge in a skincare routine. So I try and do everything, you know, on a much tighter budget than I did before. So yeah, that's about it. And also, if you are new, any likes, comments, and if you were to subscribe to my channel, it would mean an awful lot to me, because I have recently become monetized, and that is allowing me not only to start having some savings behind me, which I've not had for 2.5 years, which has been a massive worry for me, but also to enable me to give a little bit back to charity. So yeah, I'm super happy about that, and very, very grateful to you guys because you have made that happen. So let's get into the video, and I guess I'll see you on Sunday with it will be the month end roundup part 2. So I'll be going through all of the usual things that I go through at month end, and a few other bits and bobs and changes that have taken place to talk to you about. So I will catch you then, guys. Take care. Bye bye. Hi guys, I am back with some shopping. Another disgustingly priced shop for very little items and no dinners. So most of the things here are things that I did actually need, but I had to substitute some of the things for other things, like the biscuits. No custard creams, Sainsburys own make, which I buy fairly cheap. And the Biscoff biscuits that I like that come in packs of 2 are still on Nectar price according to the shelf edge label, but a big gap, they haven't got them again. So they didn't have them last time I went shopping. So these were on offer on Nectar for £1.25, and the Jammy Dodgers were 45p. So let's go through everything else. I'll tell you what I've got and why I bought it. Pepsi Max, well, that's a no-brainer because I am almost out. And I guess I have been having more cold drinks due to the hot weather. So 2 for £3.50. Then next I have got the Magnums. So this pack of 6, which I got last time I went shopping, but I just got the plain ones by accident because I thought they said mint. Did make sure I had a check around and went for something that's got a little bit more to it than the plain ones. So the double caramel, £3.75 for 6 mini lollies. That is on Nectar. And also the mint, again, yeah, mint is one of my favourites. The mint Magnums were £2, hold on, I can't add up, £2.75 on Nectar for 3 large lollies. Then I got a toothbrush. I always get the Sainsbury's soft one. I don't normally take it out of my food shopping budget, but because I had the gift card and it was only £1.20, I did need a new toothbrush, so £1.20 there. Again, still no Hovis thick bread. Aldi didn't have it the last time I went in there to have a look for it, and this is quite a few times now that Sainsbury's haven't had it. Has it been discontinued altogether or just in certain shops? I will have to have a Google on that one. I've had the Sainsbury's Farmhouse, and now I'm trying the soft white extra thick toasty to see what that one's like, and that's a little bit cheaper than the Farmhouse. This one is 75p. I got some crumpets which were not massively reduced, as you can see. In actual fact, it looks to me as if they haven't gone through at the reduced price. I think they're 15p off on a Nectar, but looking at that receipt, I've got nothing else off of those, and they say 79p. Oh, I don't know, it has got that on it, but maybe it scanned that and not that. So yeah, not very happy about that, as you can imagine, because yeah, I mean, they're a treat for me. I love a crumpet, but they are a treat. So yeah, that is that. That's the crumpets. Then Sainsbury's own version of Marmite, so the yeast extract, that was £2.35, and for the same size Marmite branded was £3. And then I've got another double cream because I've used all the other one up, and the little bit that is left I don't like the smell of, and I've still got those crumbles to do. So yeah, I got another cream. So yeah, so these, yeah, should be £2. They were £1.25. They look really nice, don't they? Oh gosh. And then, as I said, the Jammy Dodgers, nectar price 45p. Garden peas, £1.45 for 910 gram bag there. And then a milk for £2.25. That is the semi-skimmed organic there. So, how much do we think that comes to? We've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 items. And it comes to 23.35. 23.35. Crazy. Absolute madness. Looks like nothing, does it? So I've made a decision. I'm not buying a gift card again. Feeling like I'm doing myself out of £2 by not buying a Sainsburys gift card. If I'm using cash like I did last month, I've got the option to go to various supermarkets and I can incorporate more Aldi into my shopping, because we know for some things they will definitely be cheaper. So yeah, not doing it again. So once July's payday is here, it's going to be cash for the next month's shopping thereafter. I have made that decision after the 2 shops I've done so far in Sainsburys. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I love Sainsburys for the yellow sticker bargains when I go at tea time, don't get me wrong, but for your normal everyday items, nah, it's too much. Too much. You think on the milk alone, it's 26p difference to Aldi for an organic semi-skimmed. It soon adds up, doesn't it? Okay, so that's it from me. It's the second shop of this shopping cycle. And now on our gift card we have left, let's just grab it. A good thing with it, you always get a receipt which tells you in the shop. £19.09. Wow. Good job I've got loads of dinners in the freezer, guys. There we go. Shocking. Got a feeling we're going to go over budget, don't you? So I got some bits from Boots in conjunction with a scan to recycle drop. So you have to spend £10, as a lot of you will know, to get your 500 extra bonus points, which is worth £5 in money. I really only tend to do this once a month because certain products are cheaper in Savoury's or other shops, but I do like to build up my reward points ready for Christmas. So we picked up the John Frieda Frizzies. I always use a hair heat protecting spray on my hair before I style it. Pretty much every day, but not every day. And the one that I used to like, they don't do anymore. I think that's pretty much the only heat protection I can get in my boots now, other than Lee Stafford, and I'm not a massive fan of that one. So yeah, John Frieda Frizzies, tried and tested many times, perfectly adequate, does the job. And that was on offer for £5.33. I think it was a third off. And I knew that I had to spend £10, don't forget. So of course that coming in cheaper meant that and the deodorant weren't going to take me to over the £10 that I needed to spend. So I picked up the Mitchum Zero Aluminium deodorant again, which I've been more than happy with. Last time I had eucalyptus, and I got eucalyptus again. Before that I was buying the coconut one, which has got quite a strong scent to it, which is absolutely fine. I don't mind either. Now, it's not the cheapest deodorant in the world. It is effective, yes. If you're passionate about not putting aluminium in your armpits, then go for it, because that's me. But but it doesn't last very long, and I'm getting through one a month quite easily, and you get a lot of product left. And I'm literally scooping it out onto my fingernail and just rubbing it all in my armpit on the empty ones now. But I am not wasting it, so that's what I'm doing. So that was £3.75, and that's been on offer in Boots or on a Advantage card price since I started buying it. And I think this is my 5th one. And I think, as I explained, I had eczema, a complete armpit full of eczema, not little patches, one huge patch. And it was something in the deodorant that I'd been using for years that I'd obviously suddenly become allergic to. So I didn't wear deodorant for about 6 weeks through December and into January. And then I started using the Mitchum because it didn't have that particular ingredient in it, which my friend said, I bet you are allergic to that. And when I looked, the deodorant I'd been using for years did have it. Anyway, so to make the money up to £10 or just over, I had a look in the clearance section and I picked up the L'Oreal True Match foundation for £5.50, which is usually £11.99. So that was a great bargain. It is in shade 4.5N for neutral. And that is about the shade that I usually go for. I couldn't remember exactly when I was in the shop, but if I buy a high street foundation, I do really like that one and highly recommend it. And I checked to my empty and it was just 4, and this is 4.5. So maybe with a little summer colour on my face, the 4.5 will be fine, hopefully. So yeah, I was super pleased with that particular bargain because all of these things are just so expensive now, aren't they? So yeah, the total spent was £14.58. The only thing I was really disappointed with was last time when I did my scan to recycle last month, I had signed up for the over 60s program where you get extra Advantage card points, and they showed quite clearly on my receipt, and this time I didn't get them. So I got 12 Advantage card points for the normal shop, 500 were the reward points, and no points for being over 60. So that's a little bit of a mystery there. And we now have £52.06 in Advantage card points, and the price of, you know, things like perfume and aftershave now, if one of my kids, well, I'll probably spend more on my son because he hasn't got children, you know, I'd probably just about be able to get him a bottle of aftershave now with those points, wouldn't I? But yeah, so that is the Boots shop. So I've picked up a few bits that I needed in Savoury's rather than Boots, just because I thought that they would be cheaper, and I'd already done my scan to recycle. So yeah, here's what we've got. So I've got some nappy sacks, which might seem a little bit weird, but the reason, I don't know, actually they might have been cheaper in Sainsburys, to be honest. I've got them for food bags because my local council has had a real big push on recycling food and using your food waste bins, which is something that I've never ever done since I've lived here, nor in my previous house, rightly or wrongly. That is just the way it is. I think, like, one of my friends once had like maggots in her bin in her kitchen, and it really, like, the thought of it just turns my stomach. I think it's gross. But anyway, there you go. So I have been using pre-used those freezer bags that I've had with food in. Once the food's come out of a freezer bag, then I have been using those for food waste in the kitchen, because you can seal them. And the ones that we were given with our wheelie bins, I've used all of those as well. So I thought I'd get some nappy sacks, because I don't know how often the council give them to you. I've no idea. But yeah, that's why I got nappy sacks, and I couldn't find them anywhere on the baby section at all. And it was only when I got to the checkout that I asked the cashier, and she said, oh, hold on, I'll go and have a look for you. And she came back with those, and she said there was only one packet left and it was right at the back. That's why you didn't see it. But she obviously knew where they should have been on the shelf, whereas I didn't. So they were £1. So that's not too bad, is it? I always use these Rama shower and bath sponges. They're usually £3 in Boots, or maybe a little bit more. And they're £2 in Savouries. So I needed a new one and I picked it up from there. I ran out of cotton buds last week and they only had Johnson's, and they were £1.25. They're my usual hay fever and allergy relief tablets, which I get in Savouries all the time, and that is £1 for 30 tablets, so that's a really good price. And then I have hand gel. I haven't had a hand gel in my bag for ages, so I really wanted to get one, and that was also £1, which I thought was quite a lot for a little one like that, but hey ho. And then I picked up some paracetamol as well, and they were 37p. So the total there was £6.62. Everything's banging around in the house again, but I haven't got the back door open. Must be windows causing that. It's super hot, but yeah, a little bit of a breeze where I am today. So yeah, that's my Savouries shop there. Ham salad for the win tonight. Cannot wait to get stuck into that.
Who's he? Oh, I'm not making a drinks, Charlie. What are you having?
So tonight, guys, I have got the pork skewers, or 2 of the pork skewers, and some basmati rice, and I've just concocted a bit of kind of Greek type salad together there, with some olives, tomato, cucumber and feta cheese. These are the tomatoes from the tomato plant that I bought at the range. Let's hope they're tasty. Carbonara today, which I always think is quite a budget dinner because I normally always have bacon and mushrooms in the house and eggs. It means you only have to buy your cream. And I have used up the last of my Stamford Street bacon and the last of my mushrooms. So I've got my son and his girlfriend round for dinner, and I have got a salmon and pea risotto, which was a request. So I had 1 small salmon fillet from a Stamford Street yellow sticker bargain weeks ago, and I have topped my crumbles, and because I mentioned they were sweet, I've squirted some lemon juice in the base, stirred it round, and I've used less sugar in my crumble topping than I normally would. My idea of a summer dinner: 2 of the Sainsburys kebabs, which were bought ages ago on a yellow sticker. I've put together a Greek salad with some olives, some feta cheese, which was in the shopping last week, cucumber and some tomatoes from the cherry tomato plant that I bought, and new potatoes with butter. Yum yum.